This is Harry Jaffa Boxing Social in partnership with Empire Fighter Store, Box Park in Wembley. I'm joined by Spencer Oliver. Another headline for Adam Azim. How good is he in your eyes, Spence?
Listen, Harry, I've said this after his victory in November against Ryland Charlton. That was the yardstick for me. That was the one that was going to tell me just how good he is, where he was at in his development. You know, we've always known that he was good, but how good? And I think against Ryland Charlton, second round, the way that he finished that contest, and as quick as he finished it, you go, he's the real deal. You know, once in a while we get a talent that comes along that's special. You know, we had it with Naseem Hamed back in the 90s. More recently, we had it with Amir Khan. And this kid is running that he's on that sort of path. You know, I think he's as good as that. I think that he could be the next superstar of British boxing, without a doubt. And that, I didn't think that, or I didn't know that until last time out. And then when I saw he done to Ryland Charlton, who's a tough competitor, you know, and I saw that and I was like, yeah, he's the real deal, this kid. And yeah, he's boxing this Santos Reyes on Saturday night, who's an unbeaten opponent, 12-0, 3 KOs, 1 no contest. South American, tough kid, likes to come forward, throw loads of punches. Stylistically is perfect for Adam Azim. And I think that, yeah, you're going to see another explosive performance on Saturday night.
Yeah, because the Naseem comparison's always out there. I mean, I looked at it in terms of, you know, he wants to win a world title fast, or a title fast. I believe Naseem won his European in his 12th fight. Potentially, Adam could beat that. Yeah. What similarities do you see between the two of them?
I won it in my 11th, by the way.
There we go, here we go. Spencer and Azim, here we go. The league table starts. But what comparison do you see with him?
Naz did win it in his 12th fight. And yeah, so what I'd seen, like, in comparisons, the reason I mentioned, like, Amir Khan and I mentioned Naseem Hamed is because what I see in Adam Azim with them two, I see the speed of Amir Khan in Adam Azim. You know, he's got speed. And, the angles, the shot selection of Naseem Hamed, Adam Azim's got. You know, he throws shots from unusual angles. He's very, very, and he's got that one-punch knockout power. You know, he's got it all. He's got the boxing IQ. He's got the ring craft. And the big dog's in the house. Yeah, he's got it all. He's a complete package, and you don't get that often, you know. The only thing that we don't know about him, by the way, we ain't seen him tested. That's because he's that good. And you ain't going to find it out until he steps up that level. And you're right in what you said. You know, he was talking about he's now 20 years of age, wants to win a world title before he's 22, wants to win a European title by the summer. He's only 6th fight, going into his 7th fight. Might be challenging for my record there, actually. Yeah, it could be challenging.
That's the thumbnail, that's the title of the vid.
I better slow him down a little bit here. You know, that's a long-standing record, that. Yeah.
But look, this is a good card. Don't get me wrong. This is a good card. This is a good next gen card. But you were on a podcast not too recently talking about venues. You've signed up to a lot of York Hall, small hall shows. Is arguably this show a York Hall show, or is it a Wembley show in your eyes?
Listen, it's I think that what boxers are trying to achieve and what they're doing, that they're trying to set the bar high, and it's not just about the top of the bill here. It's like a next gen show. This is, but if you look down the bill, with like Chelly versus Sims and Caroline Dubois on there, Denny and Paul's is another great fight. Look down the card, and it's a great undercard as well. And I think what boxers are trying to achieve here is Wembley Arena is a great arena. And they're trying to put on great shows, and so I understand what they're trying to achieve here. They don't want to they want to move out of small hall shows because it's worthy of that if you look down the card. And so I understand what they're trying to achieve, and I think they're doing the right thing by giving a card like this the profile of a Wembley Arena type show. Do you know what I mean? Because it's better than that. Adam Azim's going to be the superstar of British boxing, that's what I believe. Take him out of York Hall, put him in Wembley. Put him in at the O2, give him that feeling. Let him start feeling these bigger shows, because that's good for him when he moves forward in his development. So boxers are investing in it, basically.
Last time I was with you, it was Eubank Smith, the emphatic stoppage that no one really would have seen. Not the bookies, no one saw it coming. Obviously, reports are suggesting, they were considering the elbow that led to the knockdown. What were your thoughts on that? I don't think that was a possibility, but what was your thoughts when you saw they were considering that option?
Yeah, no, I didn't read anything into it at all, mate. Didn't read anything into it at all. He landed a good right uppercut. He followed through with a left hook and the right hand, and I don't know who even picked that out and said, oh, he done him with an elbow. But listen, yeah, come on, mate. Like, have a look at Mike Tyson's highlight reel, mate. Most of them were like that. What I'm saying is that was, if he did catch him with an elbow after he landed the left hook, it was an accidental thing, you know, like you throw the left hook, you follow through. It happens, and he followed through with the right hand, but I didn't know. It's not, listen, it was a legitimate stoppage. He was gone. Maybe Eubank was a little bit too keen to get up. His legs were still gone. Pride pulled him up too quick, didn't use his experience, and Smith done what he does best. He finishes opponents well. He's great at finishing it, basically. Yeah, he's the, you know, and I think that's probably, I was looking for a bigger word there, Harry. Actually,
Just give a dictionary out.
I was gonna start trying to act.
We should hang out with Simon more often.
Yeah, he's great. But we'll move on from that.
But look,
I think it was a perfectly timed finish, and there can't be any complaints from Eubank. I think he's activated his rematch clause actually, and if that's the case, then he's got a chance to right the wrongs, or right the wrongs. Yeah.
is that the best option for Eubank? Because they said there's multiple options that they could go for, but it seems that this is the option that perhaps reports are suggesting they're going for. Was there any other option you thought he could have taken?
For who, sorry?
For Eubank.
For Eubank, no, this is the only option. He's at that stage of his career, mate. It's either activate the rematch clause or retire. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? You know, there's always that fight out there with Conor Benn. We don't know what's going on with him at the moment. That situation is still ongoing, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, apart from that, mate, it was nowhere really to go for him but activate that rematch clause because it was so conclusive. You know, so I think it was important that he done that and tries to, you know, like I say, tries to right the wrongs that had happened to him that night. So yeah.
There was multiple articles that came out after that fight. One particular article suggested that Eubank's reputation is in tatters. Surely you don't agree with that?
This is boxing, man. It's not in tatters. It's like, you know, boxing, you get caught and that's it. Liam Smith is a world-class operator. He got caught and he wasn't allowed to recover. It happens in boxing, mate. You know, if you look down through the history of the sport, that happens. Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Hassan Rahman. What I'm saying is shots happen, shots land, and that happened, you know. So, you know, you can't say it's in tatters. He's just got to activate that rematch clause and see if he can do better than what he'd done previously.
Also this week as well, had the announcement of AJ back in action against Jermaine Franklin. I think that's a great fight, to be honest, a great fight. I like it. You know, I've talked about that. Jermaine Franklin is a credible opponent. I think he proved that. He was an unknown quantity when he came over and boxed Dillain Whyte. A lot of people, including myself, thought he won that fight against Dillain Whyte. It was a close fight, but what he showed us there was that he could take a shot, he could give a shot, and that makes it interesting. Because Anthony Joshua's obviously got that, you know, psychological so the damage from the Alexander Usyk fights, you know, so he's got that. Yeah, he's got to overcome a lot of demons, Anthony Joshua, going into this one. He's got a new trainer in Derek James. So, are you concerned by that, by the multiple changing of training teams?
No, I understand it from Anthony Joshua's point, and this is where. So Anthony Joshua at the moment, his confidence may not be as high as it should be because there's a missing piece of the jigsaw. He hasn't found the right trainer that he feels completely comfortable with. I understand that from a fighter's point of view, that he's searching, he's out there searching, trying to better himself. And he's trying to find the right trainer to do that. So I get where it's at, and that's why I go, when he chose Jermaine Franklin, I go, do you know what, that's an interesting fight, that. You know, because Franklin will see this as a huge opportunity. You know, after the disappointment of not getting that victory over Dillain Whyte, he gets this opportunity again. And he's going, wow, not only have I got Anthony Joshua, but I've got him at a time where I think is the best time, where he's maybe mentally not as strong as he should be. And that's a big part of a boxer's game. So you got to take all that into consideration. You go, you know what, that ain't a bad fight. That's a decent fight. I know a lot of people have been moaning about it, and Dillain Whyte sort of piped up and said, you know, it should have been me, rare, and all that. It will be you, mate, next. But, you know, I think they want to go down this. They've got a game. They've got a roadmap. They've got a roadmap for Anthony Joshua. And I think it goes Franklin, Dillain Whyte, and then they're going to be looking for
Joyce. I want the Joyce fight if that happens.
Listen, I'd love to see the Joyce fight. They're going to be looking for Joyce. They're going to be looking for Wilder. They're going to be looking for Fury. They're going to be looking for a big fight. But you've got to allow the guy time to fit in with his new trainer, etc. You know.
Two more from me. Accompanied with the announcement of AJ's comeback fight, we had an email to DAZN subscribers that the price hike from DAZN. A lot of reaction on social media. I mean, no one likes to pay more money for anything, but you know, what did you make of the announcement? Is it a fair deal?
I understand it from a business point of view. Like, you look at the business model and what they're doing is not working. So I totally understand it from their point of view. Like they're, you know, did we see some? I saw something somewhere that they had lost X amount of billion last year or something, a couple of billion quid or whatever. So they've got to try and make it work, haven't they? So I do understand what they're trying to do, like a £99 one-off subscription or $19.99 a month or something, is it? Or whatever. So listen, I get it, but will it work? I'm not sure, because I know that it's pissed a lot of people off, and you speak to a lot of people that I know have cancelled their subscription on the back of that. But let's just see, man. Let's see how that works and see how it all plays out. You know, I think the confusing thing was you was getting like anti-Joshua and that's all in part of the package and everything else. And people are going, yeah, but I'm paying $19.99 a month now, so it's like I'm paying pay-per-view anyway. But I don't know, mate. Look, this I'm not too clued up on that side of things, but all I do know is that I understand that they're trying to make it work, because at the moment they're losing stuff.
Finally then as well, with Matchroom Radio now in America at the weekend as well, Conor Benn's name was mentioned, and Manny Pacquiao as a potential opponent. 44 years of age, I believe Manny Pacquiao is. What did you make of it?
Listen, you don't know what Pacquiao's got left, but I think that, you know, Conor's got to sort out his own issues at the moment anyway. I know there's all talk of that. Will it be an exhibition? Will it be about? I don't know, man. I don't know what Pacquiao's got left in the tank. Pacquiao was boxing when I was boxing. You know that.
I think he's closer to the age of Nigel Benn than he is to Conor's age. That's the thing I heard.
He is, mate. Yeah, like I say, when Pacquiao was boxing when I was boxing. He was in the rankings.
Fancy it?
I was number 3 when he was number 8 in the world, believe it or not. And then he went to achieve what he achieved. So yeah, no, I was in with some good names back then. But yeah, who knows, mate? Who knows what's going to happen with that fight? If that fight happens, where will it happen? Won't happen on these shores at the moment anyway, will it? Because Conor's obviously not got his licence, and I don't know what the situation with it is. You know, I've been vocal about it, man.
Spoke about it, yeah, I know you have.
I can't keep talking about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but yeah, let's see what happens.